But yeah, it is interesting to see how different parts of the world culturally are just so different with how they interact, and whether it's the service industry or how you interact with strangers. And I haven't been to Japan, but I've heard that it's very different.
They're very polite, but they're not like, they're very soft spoken and they're not like overbearing. Like they'll like just be like, hey, super nice, and they'll just kind of like leave.
Isn't it? So one of the things I was curious about is what it's actually like to stream there, because like streaming is so, I feel like a lot of streamers are kind of very American with being more like, I'm going to be as loud as I want to be, like, oh, like, and it's not always as respectful. There are a lot of streamers who are very respectful of other people's spaces, but inherently it's a little bit disrespectful of other people's spaces. You're not asking every single person for permission, and you kind of have to have that in the back of your mind. And I imagine in a place like Japan, where people are probably naturally thinking about that more, was it hard to stream there?
I was kind of worried about that. Like, I know a lot of people like wouldn't want to be on camera and stuff, and I was worried about like annoying people, but it didn't really feel like it. I mean, I'm not a loud person. I was never like yelling or anything to other people. They probably like didn't even realize, like they thought maybe I was having a conversation with someone.
People who yell. Fuck
For real, that's what I'm saying. Jesus Christ. And then in stores and so like in general, it was, the camera was never a problem, but in like stores and like close areas where I was like kind of near people, I kind of just made sure to like try to not put the camera on other people. And yeah, most stores didn't mind that I was streaming. Some stores, they were like, oh, please don't film in here. And I was just like, okay, and I just left. So it wasn't a challenge at all.
Can I ask your opinion?
What?
Let's say hypothetically, I had no semblance of respect for anybody around me whatsoever.
Yeah, okay.
How obnoxious would I be if I went to Japan like with the same energy that I stream with?
I mean, it depends on where you go, but honestly, from like the people that I met in a lot of the really packed areas, I think that a lot of people might just see you as like an interesting foreigner or something. Because in Tokyo, it seems like with the people in our age group, like they're very like interested in foreigners. Like they're like, oh, like it's something new and interesting, or like they're just used to seeing foreigners, so like it's like nothing new, nothing special.
I have my indoor and outdoor streaming voice that I do. So for example, like when I'm talking with the boys, you know, normal voice.
Yeah, I think like if you're in a store, if you're like a little more quiet and like to yourself, then it's fine. But outside, I really don't think people would care.
Which
at all.
you usually are.
Yeah, but my indoor voice is, hello, sir, how are you? I'm very glad to be here.